We leave our homes in the morning, we kiss our children goodbye. While we slave for the bosses, our children scream and cry. But understand, the workers, our union they do fear. Let's stand together, workers, and have a union here.
Fellow mill workers, my name is May, and I'm a spinner at the American Mill No. 2 in Bessemer City. Like you, I work long hours for little pay, and like you, I have a family at home that I need to feed and clothe. And like you, I dream of a better life for my children. I'm here to tell you that we can reach that dream if we all pull together. Let me tell you a bit about who I am. I was born in the mountains of Tennessee, where my daddy worked in the lumber mill. There were never enough jobs to go around, and what there wasn't very good, so we moved around a lot. I lived in 12 different towns by the time I was 13 years old. And it was then that I started going to work, doing laundry for the lumberjacks. The following year, I met and married my husband, John, and he was charming and handsome and funny, but he was also lazy and shiftless and a womanizer who took my hard-earned money and drank it away. He left me and our 9 children to struggle on alone. Now, I'm not telling you that to complain. I'm just letting you know how it was. I got mouths to feed, and I'm the only one who's going to be responsible for them. Sarah Brown, you know what I mean. I love my children. And I know you all love your children, too. Now, I told you that I had 9 little ones. Well, 4 of them died of whooping cough, all at once. I asked the boss man to let me change my shift so I could be with them when they were so sick. I tried and tried to get him to change me to days on account that they were so much worse at night. He flat out refused, so I quit. Of course, then I couldn't afford the medicines they needed, and one after another, they passed on. My children, my lovely little babies who never did no harm to nobody. I couldn't do for them any more than you women on the money that we get. That's why I come out for the union, why we all must stand for the union, so we can do better for our children, so they won't have lives like we got. Well, how many of you have lost children? Who couldn't be there for them when they was crying, when they were so scared and so sick? All because the mill has to stay open and the work needs to be done, and I'm sorry, Miss Wiggins, but I need you to work your regular shift, because if I change it for you, then everybody's going to want me to change their schedules too. The boss man goes home to his family every night. He has a nice, warm home to sleep in, and I can't afford coal for my stove. Can you, John Tyler? He has a nice, soft feather bed to sleep on, and our beds are stuffed with scratchy straw. How about you and yourn, Miss McMillan? He and his children have full bellies every night. Miss Sally? Do you and your children get enough to sleep? To eat? When his children get sick, the doctor comes to his house and you can bet sure he can afford that medicine. What about your children? What happens to them? Why do we have to beg and scrounge and break our backs for everything we get? Why do we have to work 70 hours a week for less than the boss man makes in one? Why do we have to do twice as much work? Because they let so many people go from the mill and they don't plan to hire no more workers. I'll tell you why. Because they don't give a damn about us. All they care about is making more and more money to put in the pockets of the big wig bosses and mill owners. We mean less than nothing to them. They can replace us with plenty other poor folk if we ain't doing our jobs to their satisfaction. Well, I say no more. No more working 70 hours and more in a week and still only being able to afford potatoes and fat packs to eat. No more of the stretch out where we are expected to do the work of 2 or 3 mill workers on the same lousy salary as one. No more of being working 6 days and more in a week and being so worn out and tired by the end that you can barely get up and go to church on Sunday. And sometimes, Lord forgive me, you would rather sleep in than get up and go. No more of being so afraid of losing your job because you want to stay at home with your sick youngins. No more. This is why we need a union. We need to band together so our voices can be heard. And if we all pull together, they can't fire us all at once because they need us. And the way things are right now is we are working ourselves to death so the mill owners can get rich off of our broken backs. No more. What do we need? A union! 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 Let's stand together, fellow workers, and have